Hi guys, Popcorn Junkies. I'm doing this trailer reaction on my own only because this landed so early. This landed at 2 a.m. And I'm the first one up to kind of get it done. I didn't want to wake the girls up. And also, it's quite a sort of grown-up film. So it's Christopher Nolan's latest, Tenet. Warner Brothers have released a new trailer. I don't know if you've seen on the channel. Me and the girls saw the first teaser trailer. Lots of weird stuff going on in it. Clearly a thriller. It's got Robert Pattinson in it, who's, you know, we're going to see as Batman soon. So a bit of a connection there, Christopher Nolan, given The Dark Knight Rises. It's got John David Washington in it too, and the pair of them are playing, I presume, from what we've sensed in the other trailer, is that it's sort of mind-bending action thriller in which both these characters are trying to stop the world from slipping into World War III. Now, whenever I hear that a film's got, you know, within its plot something like World War III, or, you know, stopping the world from the, you know, it's a bit Bondy, it's a bit James Bondy, but as soon as you know Christopher Nolan's doing it, you know that you're going to get something kind of innovative and interesting. Obviously, Christopher Nolan made films like Interstellar, epic space travel film. He did Dunkirk, which I thought was a fabulous, fabulous film. You know, he's renowned and well known for shooting on film stock, not wanting to use CGI. Contrary to what a lot of people think, he does use visual effects, but he only uses effects that can kind of almost happen within the camera or happen more naturally. I mean, I don't know what his exact criteria is for how much he does tamper with his footage. This is a curious one. What we did glean from the first trailer teaser was this sense of time being skewed. And Nolan has great sort of form for this, doesn't he? I mean, in Inception, which I was not a big fan of, if I'm honest, I found all the collapsing of space and inverting of cityscapes and all that. I found it not only confusing, and I didn't mind working hard to work it out, but it just, in the end, I just got a bit bored of it. And Memento is one of his early films starring Guy Pearce, and that was a really interesting film insofar as it sort of told a story kind of backwards. So he likes to play with narrative flow, he likes to play with cause and effect, and he likes to challenge the viewer so that he sort of almost presents, he tends to present almost a Rubik's Cube of a film that we then have to spend the 90 minutes or 2 hours watching it, kind of doing that to unfurl it and make sense of it. So I'm fully anticipating this will be quite confusing. There have been some very arresting moments in the first teaser trailer, sudden rewinds, sudden reverses and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, and I know that Christopher Nolan is quite anti the internet, trailers landing on the internet. So the fact that this has landed is quite telling. I'm curious to know when it's going to be released at the cinema, because he is a big cinema man. You know, I doubt he's the kind of man who's going to want to rush it onto streaming. So, so let's check it out. This should be good.
All I have for you is a word. Tenet. It'll open the right doors. Some of the wrong ones, too. Use it carefully.
To do what I do, I need some idea of the threat we face.
As I understand it, we're trying to prevent World War III.
World War III.
I'm not saying Armageddon here.
No. Something worse.
I gather you have an interest in a certain Russian national.
Mike's bring me in.
You really want to know? He can communicate with the future.
Time travel.
No. Inversion.
Aim it and pull the trigger. You're not shooting the bullet, you're catching it.
Or,
Well, I've seen too much.
well, we'll try and keep up.
Your duty transcends national interests. This is about survival.
Seems bold.
Old, I'm fine with it. I thought you were going to say nuts.
This is where our worlds collide.
How would you like to die?
Old.
You chose the wrong profession.
Well, that from here.
Hasn't happened yet.
There are people in the future who need us. I need Tenet. We need to save them here and now.
It's reversing the flow of time. Doesn't us being here now mean it never happened? You want to crash a plane?
But not from the air. No, it's so dramatic.
Well, how big a plane?
That part is a little dramatic.
Worse than Armageddon? What's worse than Armageddon? So some nice attributes there in the film. Kenneth Branagh. I'm a big fan of Kenneth Branagh. I do think he's very cool. Obviously, he was in Dunkirk, so obviously they've struck up a bit of a friendship, him and Nolan. Michael Caine. Nice stalwart of British cinema there. Robert Pattinson, playing obviously the sort of quirky, mavericky type. So time travel, Armageddon, inverting time, people in the future needing our help, and lots of stuff going backwards. I'm up for it. I'm game for it. I mean, I do worry sometimes when there are those lines that, you know, there are people in the future that need us. It must be very hard to deliver those lines when you're on set filming without all the other stuff preceding it, coming after it, and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I hope it packs a punch. I mean, I hope it's more than merely rewinding as a device countless quite normal thrillery situations. Do you know what I mean? And because we know Christopher Nolan has good form, I doubt it's just that. So what is Tenet? What is Tenet? Is Tenet obviously spelt the same thing backwards? I forget the phrase for words that do that. What is Tenet? Is it a drug? Is it a frame of mind? Is it technology? Is it an aftershave?